Hey, I'm Laura. Just quickly, we here at GRITtv are proud to bring you independently produced content every day. Now it's your chance to help us. GRITtv has been offered a $100,000 challenge grant. Every dollar you give right now between now and June 30th is worth $3 to us. We've only got a few more weeks to meet the match. Will you help? You can donate at our website, GRITtv.org. Meanwhile, enjoy this clip. Bob Hope, better watch out. You've heard of the USO, the United Service Organization. They do concerts on military bases for troops. Well, now Iraq Veterans Against the War and the UXO collective are holding their own concerts on military bases with the likes of Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine. There was a kickoff on during Fleet Week in Manhattan last month. The GRITtv team of Sam Alcoff and Anna Gold were there. So were a lot of people having fun on the party boat, the Temptress. But the U.S. military banned the troops from attending. Take a look.
It's the Homeland Security Police.
Chair of the National Board of Directors for Iraq Veterans Against the War, and Iraq Veterans Against the War is partnering with the UXO collective to help put on the UXO tour. They're bringing together all the musicians and things like that, and we're helping them. A lot of our members are very involved with it, and it just seems like a natural fit. We're a group that works on GI resistance, and this is an anti-war tour.
I became an Iraq Veteran Against the War before I ever knew there was an organization of the kind. I spent 7 months in Iraq, and when I came home, I just had a really, really difficult time coming back into society and figuring out who I was. It just had a lot of challenges, and I began to try to figure out, like, why, you know? And the more I figured out why, the more questions I had, and eventually I realized that I had been lied to, and my commitment to the military had been misused. And that's when I became an Iraq Veteran Against the War, and I just happened to find out that there was an organization to that effect one night when I was walking past a banner and saw that banner and joined that night.
So unfortunately for these young men and women that are enjoying Fleet Week here in the harbor, that was called off, and they weren't allowed to come. So to me that says we're making the military a little nervous and we might be doing our jobs right, huh?
I think it shows the effectiveness when you talk about the Navy banning this boat.
When my girl got pregnant, well, I dropped right out of school. But there's no work in South Hill, so what else could I do? The recruiters came a-knocking when this whole damn thing began. They promised me a college education, food, and medicine. They said I wouldn't spend a dime if I got deployed overseas. Plus Baghdad is safer now than old Washington, D.C. So I signed that dotted line right quick, and in a blink of an eye found myself at Fort Benning, where I practiced forming lines. Well, Fallujah became my home, my comfort and my dread. The Marines that came through first, man, they tore this place to shreds with the sound of crushing Amtraks and the whine of their Humvees. Caught in them A-10 airstrikes, I wish I could have seen it. But when we got to town, I realized we were only legs. We do dismounted patrols, we do searches and do raids. We hear the crack of small arms fire and the blast from IEDs. We hurry up and wait, suck in dust and stay low-key. And I cannot stop this pounding in my head. And I thought we were doing right, but that's not what folks back home have said. Sometimes I can't tell which way is up or which is down. but I'm oddly at ease with this chaos all around.
All it takes is one person to go say, I don't like what I just did, or I oppose this situation because it was based on lies. Other people are thinking that. And as soon as there's more people that express that, those people who are thinking of it don't think there's a reason to hide their thoughts anymore. They go, you know what? No, I feel the same way.
What I do is I do work similar to any other community organizer. Is I get veterans together talking, both members of Iraq Veterans Against the War and people who aren't, about how they feel about things, what they think. Right now, our largest work is building the GI and Veteran Bill of Rights. We figured out and realized that our rights as individuals, as people, as veterans and service members are being violated. And what can we do to, one, articulate those rights, and two, bring about changes to support those rights.
Can you imagine how many more people would be active against these wars if they gave 1/100th of the media coverage to Iraq Veterans Against the War that they do the Tea Party? Yeah!
When we dock and we're out and about town enjoying Manhattan, it's Fleet Week. You see these young men and women out there proud and enjoying their stay here in Manhattan. Talk to them. You know, these guys, these men and women are very, very willing and eager to tell their stories. You'll find out. So just be an ear there. Be supportive. You know, you don't have to offer any solutions or anything like that. The one solution I would suggest that you can offer is send them to us. UXOtour.com, IVAW.com.
The repression of GIs has increased as the need for soldiers increases. They're not going to throw soldiers in jail for talking about going AWOL if there's an abundance of soldiers. It's when they're worried, it's when they're scared that this is a reality, that once again, the military could be in a situation where, as GI resistors, we force an end to a war, which is what happened in Vietnam. Was a big factor in the ending of the Vietnam War was the GI resistance movement. And the banning of this ship tonight is another symbol that they are terrified of that exact same thing replicating itself in an all-volunteer military.